to it. I don't know if they come um, about the sports in the back or.
Ready? Okay. All right, we are now ready for our normal public hearing. It is 5:38 p.m. I am Mayor Shamik Reynolds, and I will start with the roll call starting from my left.
Darrell Honoré, Councilman Honoré.
Mayor Pro Tem Amelia Inman. Thank you so much. At this moment, we will call to order this public hearing with a moment of silence. If you could, just silence your phones if you haven't done also. All right, approval of the agenda tonight, council, whenever you're ready.
I make a motion to approve tonight's public hearing, August 18th, 5:30 p.m.
Thank you. Is there a second
I am second with an addition.
to a public hearing?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, got you. All right. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. We are now in a normal public hearing. We also have on the agenda our administrator, zoning administrator, Mr. Bill Johnston. It is 7015 Swift Street Special Exception Request. That's what we will be hearing tonight. Mr. Johnston, you ready?
Yes.
All right, you can come forward.
Evening.
Good evening.
So we have Ms. Nardos Benton applying for a special exception use to operate a food truck preparation at 7015 Swift Street. We haven't had many special exception uses come before the council, but I want to read the text verbatim there on page 2. Special exceptions are neither absolutely permitted as a matter of right nor prohibited in particular zoning district. Thank you. Such uses of property are permitted as generally compatible with the zoning district, but not in every location, nor without certain standards or conditions being met. So like I said, it's kind of interesting proposal because we haven't had one. Food trucks certainly have been around for several decades that I know of. And what this is the food trucks will have a spot where they would come and prepare the food for taking out to various locations. They will not be setting up in the city. There's one big one up at Howell Mill in 75. I think Chick-fil-A is one of the vendors there. So it's there's advantages to what's proposed and there's disadvantages. The disadvantage in the comp plan is we want a walkable downtown. This isn't the kind of use where people are going to go over there. They're not serving food to the general public. So in that respect, you know, we're losing an opportunity to have something that will promote walking. At the same time, it is consistent with a lot of the businesses in that area being commercial service. That's consistent. The recommendation on page 6 is for denial of the application based on that inconsistency with some of the policy goals of the city of Lithonia. So the recommendation is for denial, but if the council chooses to approve the application, there's a couple of conditions, and those are that food trucks, when they show up, because these were diesel motors for the most part, as far as I know, so truck emissions is important, and I've already had conversation with the applicant. She is committed to the trucks parking and turning the truck off. They're not going to be operating, sitting there operating. And in addition to that, the fumes could be excessive, but they're not doing, as I understand it, not doing any serious cooking. There used to be Sergeant Wyatt's over on Memorial Terrace where I lived for years, and that barbecue smoke, where you could smell that for blocks. That won't be happening because they're not going to be doing much cooking at this facility. As far as access, I would really like the police chief and city engineer to, not that they need to give it tonight, but to, when we get to site plan permitting and building permits, that they would make that review to make sure that the access is adequate. As I understand, I just heard tonight, the Maxine Young owns that stretch going in there, and I was told she's gonna close that off, but the applicant mentioned to me that that would be available to the public to get back there. I guess we should be concerned about the size of the vehicle, and that's a public parking space, and as I understand it, it's going to be for passenger vehicles. Food trucks are pretty good size, so that's something that we'll have to discuss. And one thing that's been brought up by the applicant is that food trucks could be parked in the building. There's not a lot of room on this property. And the building actually to the rear encroaches on the, I believe it's city of Lithonia property. And then, as I mentioned, that access way is privately owned by Maxine Young, as I've been told. So those were the conditions if you choose to approve the application rather than deny. Are there any questions?
I have some questions. The first question is for Chief. That easeway over there by Miss Maxine Young, she owns it?
She owns the asphalt.
The asphalt, okay, all right. My next question was the food truck, and you're the applicant, right? And you can answer if you want to. The food truck will come in on whatever side they can get through, and they're coming to the back of that building, is that right? Mhm. Okay, all right, so I need to direct my questions to him, okay.
Yeah, for right now, but if you have a question for her, she has
10 minutes, okay, I won't take your 10 minutes, okay.
No, she has 10 minutes to talk. Once she's
Okay.
done, then you can ask her.
Gotcha, okay. So the question, since you did the application and all of that, in your findings, will the food truck go in the back of the building? Is that where they're going? And you also said inside as well?
That's what was proposed initially,
Okay.
but when I looked at the tax map,
Mm-hmm,
the building encroaches into the property right next door. So there's not really room for
okay.
parking.
But can't they just pull up to the building in the back and just load what they need out of the kitchen? And then they just exit, right? That's what I thought.
I mean, they could do that, yeah.
Okay. It's simple. I get it.
To clarify what you're trying to do, remember, you won't be able to pull around the building once you do the parking lot because of the block. So you won't be able to come around the building.
Okay. So when the new parking lot
Yeah.
is done and renovated and whatever, the food trucks has to come to the front. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then load.
Yeah, as long
Okay.
as there's a load and go,
Uh-huh.
then yeah, I mean, there's room for that. I
Yeah.
think what Mr. Johnson referred to is the actual room to park, the actual food
Truck.
would be too close to the right of way of the road if you park it out front. Because there are, 18 people on, I think, 12 people.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, some are trailers or whatnot. So
Gotcha.
I think if we're talking about parking,
Mm-hmm.
that's a different conversation versus a commissary kitchen where they come load.
And go. Load and go. Yeah. I can see that. Okay. Let me think. What else I heard you say? Load and go, food truck coming inside possibly, but not really. When the new parking lot is done, they'll just come to the front. And as far, I want to publicly say, Ms. Maxine Young, she's in favor of all of this. She don't have any issues, because it's not like she's opening, like a restaurant serving food, things of that nature. She's just doing the food and just making sure the food trucks get the food and load and go. So she's fine. Yeah, with that. She sent me a message today. Okay, that's all my questions. Anybody else? Councilwoman?
I'm in favor, but I have a suggestion type question. If you are interested in making outside renovations to this building, suggestion is why don't you make it where how right now there is a garage on the outside that you can enter. Why not, if there's room, make another one where there's entry and exit? Because that is my concern, that what if you have 4 trucks that are pulling up at the same time? But if you were entrance exit, it may not cause such a jam. But I'm not for it. I think it's a good idea. But I would personally like for you to have it where it routes in and out.
meetings and, to help us with the plan, what you have. So we're gonna make sure that we're not approaching anybody else, but also that it's going smoothly for everybody.
I did have a question. I know who will be asking this question specifically. Sorry.
Go to the
Sorry. I'm just curious because we do have some things in place with the city as far as trucks. So how does that work? That's something we haven't discussed right now.
Not those type of trucks.
It's not those type
Not
of
the
trucks.
same type of accident.
Okay.
GDWR has to be more than 32,000 or 42,000, but it doesn't, those trucks don't require CDL.
Okay.
So they don't have air brakes, and they're not over a certain.
Which doesn't affect emission, pollution, and all that other stuff.
We have no control.
Okay. I think that's all the questions for me.
If I could just read from the conditions, because it's topical.
Okay.
Any limits on truck access and storage should be reviewed by the police chief and city engineer to ensure that access is efficient and complies with all traffic safety standards. So this will be after the fact of approval or denial of the application. It'll be during site plan review and building permit review. So it's not that we can't enforce anything at this point, but it's not the step in the process of getting a development built. I got a question.
If this is approved, what is the length of time? I know we discussed before, I don't know if we have something in place that this variance is good until, because I know DeKalb County is slow. I know one time we say 6 months reverse back to the same thing, if nothing's been done on the building.
Yeah.
So that's my issue, is the length of time it takes to do the renovations and the time frame for the approval.
I think if you want that in place, make it a condition of your whatever action you take. Because I'm not familiar with anything in the ordinance that has the reversionary clause. That's what you're talking about. Yeah. But if you want to tie it to 12 months, get a building permit within 12 months, that could be made a condition of approval or, wouldn't be denial, because no need to have a condition if you're going to deny it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, the cab takes forever.
Okay. All right.
You know, like somewhere it's a year. I can't remember.
DeKalb County? Oh, yeah, approvals from DeKalb County. That's my concern, because they.
Yeah, that's the health department, which is
they'll
not
break it
zoning,
by
so.
the time.
And they're probably more rigorous than our ordinance anyway.
All right. Is there anything else for Mr. Johnson? Oh, go ahead.
I'm just curious. You said they're probably more rigorous than our ordinance. Typically, how does that work? Like with us being a city, don't we still have to kind of follow theirs and then make ours more strict if that's the case?
Well, the health department's going to be concerned with, cleanliness and that sort of thing, all those scores. But I'm not aware of anything in the zoning ordinance that regulates the things that the health department in DeKalb County would regulate.
Okay.
So they'd have to get a license before we're going to give them a CO.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Anything else for Mr. Johnson?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right. At this time, we can hear from the applicant. You can come right here.
expecting a lot of people, but I guess nobody showed up. My name's Nordus Benton. I did talk to some of the businesses around, and I know their main concern was that they thought we were gonna feed the homeless, and they were not happy about that. But we did explain about, our plan. I just wanted to bring up an example of it's called base of operation for food trucks. We have a food trucks, myself and my sister. And so what we need is, all the food trucks needs a base of operation. A base of operation is a place where they can go, the food trucks, and prep the food, store the food, and then come back and any waste or oil or whatever to, bring it there. I think a lot of people have an idea that it's going to be just trucks coming in and out. It's really about permitting. There is not enough places anywhere really in Georgia for food trucks to get permitted legally. So I think this is a great idea where they can, for us, where anybody can come start a business, right? Get permitted legally, have a safe, clean place to run their business, and but it's not, when you have a food truck, you go and you prep your food. I mean, you cook your food, the event that you're gonna be at. So there's not gonna be idling around where we have fumes and, I think that's kind of what the vision is, but that's not how it works. They come in, do what they need to do, and go. Also parking, a lot of the food trucks, they're not gonna be parking here. They're gonna be parking closer to where they're gonna be doing businesses. So, there is not gonna be a lot of food trucks here. If you guys see, there's a Spice Kitchen in DeKalb County. And I did not have time, but I was gonna go every day and just take pictures to show you guys how many trucks are there, maybe one or two at all times. And so, the traffic issue, I don't foresee that, but again, we're gonna be compliant with, DeKalb County, once we start getting the permitting and the building to make it, like you said, Ms. Shepherd, where because it is tight, the space back there, it is tight, but we're gonna try to come up with a solution for that as well. Yeah. That's it.
We can ask questions. Okay. Hello, how are you?
How you doing?
Good. I like the concept. That is cool. Now that I understand the whole truck situation. So, what kind of food truck business do you have now?
Say that again?
Just curious, what kind of food truck business do you have? Like, what kind of food do you
So we bought the food truck and we could not get permitted because of this space of operation.
Okay.
So this came up. This building came up. We tried to buy it, but it went to foreclosure. So we bought it basically at the step of the courthouse. So we don't have we don't have a menu yet, but we want to do something, especially around here. There is not a lot of, not good places. I shouldn't say good places, but it's pretty much the same food that we see, a lot around here. So I think this is going to be a great idea to bring different type of food, healthier foods maybe as well. But we're from Ethiopia, Eritrea, East Africa, so we want some, to include some type of that kind of food, spice. And there's other people that have asked us already, about being able to come here. So I think it will bring business here, and I don't know how it works in Lithonia, but once they're permitted, here in Lithonia, they can sell food with the food truck, and I think that would bring a lot of different things for the city.
Yeah. I had another question. Sorry. So if you
That's
guys want to
okay.
go and I'll come back to me.
Oh, again.
I had to think about what I was going to ask.
So, I got a question.
Yes.
without a doubt, I was so excited when I saw the application. It is the thing that we are, I mean, it's just something that, we always talked about that with, the building over there because it's so big and the demand is so great for, I guess, talked to a couple of people with insurance on food truck. The demand is so great for the commissary kitchens because they can't get the health department approval without having a place. They don't even have to cook it there, but just some place to say, this is where I prepare my food, and get the trucks. So that is the number one thing. The only concern is I hope, and with all blessings, that, you'll be able to withstand DeKalb County's process with the health department, the fall approval, and all the, that's my thing. I don't want to see the buildings stay vacant and we just have another vacant building that never, switch, did their thing. That's why I was saying the time limit, because, people,
Right.
I don't know how much it's going to cost to get to that point. If you're ready for it,
Yeah.
I think this, I would be willing to back you, but as far as being ready and nothing happened, that's my problem, So I just don't want to approve something and forever be what it's
Sitting there.
supposed to be.
No, we ready. We have our food truck just sitting there, so we need to
Well, I
get
know you
this
get
going.
business, but I
Yeah,
know
but,
three people I could tell.
yeah, no, we're ready. And, I've never done commercial in the cab, but I have done renovation, residential, and I know how long it took.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
know the process.
That's
So,
all
yeah.
approvals would kill a lot of little restaurants in the area because they try to open up and
right.
they wind up just paying rent for months without being approved, And, all the capital disappear. That's all, man. Right here.
Okay. Let's see. Any other questions or concerns?
I don't really understand the whole process exactly. I think you said it's usually going to be like 1 or 2 trucks that come in to prep. But let's just say
To park, like long-term parking.
Oh,
It's usually, they usually don't, because a lot of people thinking, oh, it's gonna be like, 20, 30 trucks there. No, it's usually 1 or 2. From what I've seen so far, other prep kitchens, in DeKalb County, in Gwinnett County, because they will usually park it closer to where they're gonna go. And some of them are allowed to park it at home. They have other parking places that they can go to, so.
okay.
Yeah, and we'll be able to have control of that as well, as
But it sounds like the ones that will be parked at your location is going to be parked inside the building. It sounds like.
we can.
I'm just curious.
Again, we will have to see what the permitting,
Is
how
allowed.
that goes, once we submit the plan. How, if it's gonna be inside, then that's how it's gonna be.
Okay, just to get a visual, I'm a visual person. So you got the 2 permanents, let's just say they're there, and then you have other business throughout your days, your time of operation in that day. So when they come through, I'm assuming that, I don't know the exact square footage, but I'm assuming it's big enough to where several trucks can be in there at a time prepping their food, right? And then they're leaving out, or how does that look?
Right, so most of the time what they do is they come in, right? If they have anything that is stored over there, they're gonna take it with them.
Okay.
And they're gonna cook that food, whatever events they have.
Okay.
So, and a lot of food trucks, they're gonna go to events to make, that's where they make the big money. So it's not like a daily thing, it's more
Okay.
seasonal thing as well.
Okay.
So,
Because I know there are some food trucks that operate daily.
right,
So that's why I wasn't really understanding like how that process looks like, but from what I'm hearing, they come in, they're getting the food from your storage freezers or however that's set up. They cook it while they're there, I'm assuming, or prep it while they're there.
no, when we say prep it, it's really just if they need to wash it there.
Oh, that's what you mean
Yeah.
by that? Okay.
Because, the health departments, the requirements for the base of operation is just to have 4 sinks, a mop area,
Okay.
a fridge, a table where they can, if they can pray. Yeah, it's not,
So it's not like a kitchen.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, that's what I was looking for, understanding
Yeah.
of
I was
what that
gonna say.
looks like. Okay.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the basic requirements and that's what really food trucks need,
Okay.
so they can get the permit,
Okay.
is that base of operation.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's it.
Answer your question.
Okay.
The building is 7,000 square feet.
Okay. That's pretty large. Yeah.
Mr. Johnson, are you familiar with the commissary kitchens?
No.
Well, Milo, what I think, and you might correct, so they rent an area, right, monthly, but it's a couple of trucks that'll rent that area. Is that right?
So it's
Different times they could.
for food trucks, you can only rent one space to one food truck,
Okay.
because they're not prepping the food. It's not like a kitchen prep where you can rent it by the hour or whatnot. Yeah, we're not doing that.
Mhm.
We're just gonna give it, so they can get the permit. Is gonna be one individual,
Like a kitchen.
kitchen for them, or prep kitchen.
Like I said, it's sort of like a maker's space. I
Mhm.
had an admin who was cooking in her kitchen, and she outgrew the kitchen, so she just needed a place that had ovens and things that actually cupcake business.
A commercial for the health department reason.
Right. But we're not gonna have ovens, or it's gonna be the basics right now, so that we can get permitted, and other people that have been asking as well can get permitted legally.
But can it go to that extent of what he's saying with the?
It can, depending on, the health departments and,
It's all contingent upon that.
Yeah.
Okay. But you don't foresee it being like super, super crazy if you do go to that extent of having a whole kitchen and all this other stuff.
I mean, that was not our plan.
Mhm.
But, I mean.
Because I want you to be successful, but I'm just curious how that looks. You get what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not our plan to have that type of kitchen in there. Again, parking will be an issue unless, I don't know what's gonna happen behind, the city. If that's gonna be a paid parking or not, or,
That's what
So-
potential one, to make
Paid parking.
extra resident.
right? So it's all gonna depend,
Yeah.
because parking, it's tight.
Well, thank you. It looks like they don't have any questions. I had all the questions.
That's okay. And I'm glad, because you have to visualize it. Yeah, because a lot of people, they don't have a clear understanding of what goes on, in the base of operation.
They do have one on Spice House on Candler Road.
That's
It's
right.
across from next door to Gutbusters.
Yeah.
So I think what is an old Denny's?
Oh, it's not, it's on the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it used to
What
be-
was it?
no, It used to be just like a little restaurant or something.
Yeah.
Where Spice Kitchen is?
Yeah.
Like kitchen.
Yeah, it used to be, I think it was like a glass,
Yes, it
something
was.
glass or something,
It
right?
was
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Right. That was many.
yeah. It was like a garage, yeah.
All right, council.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, thank you.
Yeah, make a decision. Will we accept or deny a special exception? Whoever wants to make that motion.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the special, exception to allow the commissary kitchen for food trucks at 715.
Is there a second? Is there a
I would
second?
like to put a timeline on
Timeline for it.
for the development period, So we do now have another abandoned building.
But if you don't have anything done within 6 months.
You just asked it. I thought you said you did.
I'm saying, for example, you could have 12-month period, and then the building permit within the 12 months.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't take anywhere near that, but, how much care county.
Yeah, we never
We'll
know.
need it.
Yeah, Camp County may take But it definitely hold, the person responsible to do some movement on it instead of just, we just have that building sitting there wishing on a star. That if it were.
The tenant is still there, so we are unfortunately delaying.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, forgot that.
So, and I went to see him, like, it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And, we need tomorrow we'll see what he said.
You going to the market office?
What you think?
She don't need time. I wouldn't do it.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So it's a rehearing.
And then they're coming out. But he has a lot of stuff.
No more second.
Stuff. She said he writes it probably so much, probably that.
It's gonna take longer than that.
I'll go ahead and second it.
Okay, I got a second. All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much. We're done. All right. Can I get a motion to adjourn public hearing? Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move forward to our normal work session meeting. And good luck to you. Let us know if you need anything, okay? All right. All right, we are now in our work session meeting. I need to call to order this meeting and do another roll call. It is now 6:10 p.m. I will start from my right with the roll call.
Oh, you're great. Mayor Pro Tem Lillian,
Councilwoman Yolanda Shepherd.
Mayor Reynolds,
Councilman Darrell Henry.
thank you so much. We will have a moment of silence, please. Silence your phones. Take a deep breath. All right. All right, at this moment, we'll have approval of the agenda by City Council.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve work session, August 18th, 6 p.m.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we're ready.
I would like to make an addition, letter C under discussion item, for,
Lithonia beautification. Okay. Any other additions?
No, not now. They told me.
So just one addition. All right. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much. Our first action item is for decision. We have the government service report. This will be done by Chief and our administrator, Dejanette.
Good evening, everyone. In your email, you have the service delivery strategic plan for annexation. It's something you should be familiar with. We did it back in 19 when we were trying to do annexation then. We just need an approval to adopt this plan in order to be able to go ahead and move forward with annexation. Just to let you guys know, there was a lot of, and the mayor was in on this, a lot of going back and forth with making sure we meet the 3 prongs that we needed. We finally met the 3 prongs Thursday night of last week.
can you run through that?
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, so this right here basically just lays out what our plan is as far as service delivery. Policing, of course, water sewer, that's done by the county, public works is done by us, zoning done by us with Mr. Johnson, building permits, business licensing, all that is in there, plus some possible hope future things that we've all talked about before, like sanitation, stuff like that. this right here, per the law, we have to have adopted by the 25th of this month. So that's why this is before you now. This has already been approved by Alicia. Actually, she was here today to finalize everything from the attorney's office.
I just have one question.
Mhm.
I know that the service delivery looks like it's all going to include from you, but since we also have an intergovernmental agreement happening, like sanitation, church.
But I mean, it
that
works.
doesn't apply.
What do you mean?
The services that we're offering to the youth proposed.
Yeah, this is what we're offering. So
But that
like,
has to do with what we have to do, just like fully separate.
yes, yeah, because the cab's the one that handles it, because one, your trash is done through your tax bill. So we don't have control over that. But if you look, there is a part in there where it says, we just put sanitation in there as like one of the future possibilities. But it's just like, sanitation is just like, for example, water sewer, that's done by the county. No one in the county does their own water sewer. Everything's done through county services. Because it's something that we actually can change, and we just want to throw it out there in case we want to change it.
So it's like throwing it out just to give us wiggle room.
Just to say, hey, we're gonna try something, we're gonna try to bring something new.
Well, I mean, it all looks the same based on the map, so I'm okay with the motion. I would like to make a motion to approve,
To adopt.
to adopt the service delivery strategic plan for annexation.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. All right, let's move forward to the next item on the agenda. And I believe that would be me. So this is just for discussion. The Lithonia lettering and mock-up. You received an email and a picture of something that the sign company designed. I remember we talked about it briefly in the meeting, and I was wondering about letters that lights up.
Mhm.
I know we're trying to rebrand the city. We're trying to get ready for this annexation plan that's coming up very, very soon. Just trying to give the feel, of Lithonia and spruce up things. And then this is a part of beautification as well. So it's nothing you got to vote on. I just want you all to look at it and look at the pricing that they sent me and see if it's something that we want to do or we want to just do something else. I don't know.
You say those light up,
Yeah,
and what's the price?
it's like you got to add all that up.
Right, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's the,
It's like $7. That's how much it. So I just wanted
How
to.
much is it altogether?
It was like no,
What?
no. It's 7,000. You got to add it up.
oh, why they didn't add it up?
Let me see. That's how they. What they do is every
See,
little
that's
thing that they
I
do.
see. The price.
Yeah. So that's why it's really on
What
the
you got?
agenda.
So the only question I would have about that is, against her, I think it's beautiful. Maintenance, is there any maintenance that we have to do to it?
I can ask that question because I don't want to be in a situation like the sign, that digital sign. Yeah, that's another thing.
If
So I'll ask that.
If it's them talking about changing the light, then it's easy.
Maintenance.
Yeah.
How does that
Or
work?
If it has a service agreement that goes,
Okay.
if something happens, we have an agreement that we pay.
Okay. And then this company is in Decatur, so that's another thing. The other company was in Florida. Yeah. So as for maintenance, information, service agreement, is there anything else I need to ask about?
I know it's probably low maintenance. The sign I had was just a light. It's just lights behind plastic.
Okay.
So it's not.
So, but do they go out?
Now the LED ones, I don't know.
It lasts a long time.
They last a
Yeah,
very
they-
long time.
My
they don't-
question
the
is,
light bulb
if something does happen to light, if it goes out,
Yeah.
do we have the ability, will they show us how to change? That's what I want to
Yeah,
know. Like, is it something we can maintain? but I have
Yeah,
to
that's
call
true.
them every time.
Yeah, it'll work right. Do you have the ability to change colors, man?
That's another question. Color change.
In
Okay.
case we want to celebrate something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Christmas,
Mhm.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you mention the digital sign, the new one? Did we get working on that one?
Oh,
Yeah, so digital sign is, we're gonna have to sue.
To sue, of course.
Wait,
You know, it's-
what?
Can we just get
that
another?
hurts me.
Let's just get another one.
So what, I don't want that money to go to somebody else.
But that sign was worth like, what, $25,000?
Let's just buy another one.
we filed that, we already put it on.
Okay, it's been a while, hasn't it? Like, how long did
That's
it take?
another big, that takes a while. It took almost a year for me to get that white carpet. Somebody did us.
A year?
So would it be worth us just paying for it than we have a deductible?
Yeah, our deductible was $35.
Might be just worth looking to see if you can find another sign that might be a little bit more economically found.
And also better,
I was just gonna say the same
you know,
thing,
it's not.
you cannot read that. sign.
LED.
No,
you can't.
LED screen.
Insurance, you really did.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to ask if anyone's reviewed that proposal with the sign ordinance.
Oh, shoot.
It's a discussion, so we-
Okay. So if they vote, so he needs to look at it first and then and then I put it back on the agenda for a vote?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Okay.
no different, it's no different.
No, he just go and do it. I thought it was do as we say, but not as we do. I thought-
If it's just replacement of the panels,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
there's nothing to be done.
Mhm. No, it's a new sign.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's standstill light, and it just says Lithonia, that's all. Okay.
Is it curse? I didn't see it. Yeah, I see it.
It's on your email. You gotta scroll all the way down.
So since we're talking about this, like I do love it, and actually looking at it, I don't know if they can make the height taller because everything's kind of ground level.
Mm-hmm.
So it would kind of conflict with the granite. So that would be one suggestion.
you said make it be taller?
I was thinking be the same height.
Me too, the same height as
Yeah.
the granite sign.
Uh-huh, cause it's gonna look off if you do taller.
What date did you send it on? What date did y'all get that email?
It'd be nice if I was.
August 18th.
No.
No, not August 18th. Friday.
But yeah, so, since we're talking about the signage and stuff, if we're putting this here and it's gonna be bright lights, right? The question becomes, when we get a visual sign.
I hope so.
Would it go in the same place?
I would love for it to go back in the same spot. That was perfect.
Perfect spot.
We just need one that we can read. When things are put on there. All right, so that was just for discussion. I'll bring back those questions, answer the maintenance and the service agreement and the color change. Is that all? Sounds like it. Okay. All right. Next up will be the city. How do you pronounce this, Chief?
City Logic.
Logics. Okay. This is for discussion.
So, we talked several times about doing a survey of all of our roads. So I got with Low Engineer and kind of went over how they do the survey. And one of the things that they recommend is they're starting to use this company, City Logics. They're doing, I mean, I can go on and on about the city, Stockbridge, Doraville, Lawrenceville, all of them. So it's kind of an in-depth process. What they do is they have a vehicle that drives the street. The vehicle films the roadway, films the curb, films the sidewalk, and films the trees in the right of way. Those are called layers. So what they'll do is they drive every inch of the city. And then in that study, once they get done, you'll have from worst to best the roads, or you can do where are the potholes, where are the cracks in the road, where is the predicted road that's going to be the worst in 2 years, 5 years. It'll tell you everything you need to know about the road. You can even click the layers and take everything off and say, okay, I only want to view the roads that are severe. And it'll show you every road that's severe. I only want to view the roads that need to be fixed right now. I only want to view.
You can put filters on it.
You can put as many filters you want. You can say, okay, I want every bad 100-foot section of road. They do that. So they have a vehicle that does all that, documents it and everything. They also have a scooter that rides the sidewalks and does the exact same thing. Not only that is, the scooter will tell you, hey, this is supposed to be an ADA ramp here. There's not. Okay, there is an ADA ramp here, but it's out of compliance by this much. Tells you everything you need to know. So if we need to, get a phone call and say, hey, there's a pothole there, we can go in and say, okay, yep, it was on this. We need to go ahead and fix it. But talking with them and going into depth with them about what all they offer, they have more than just that. So in the quote that you have, they also have, the best way I can put it is like a public works section. So say you're riding around and you see something's wrong and it needs to be fixed by public works. We can put as many users as we want in there. You can go in there, create the work order yourself, and it'll automatically send to the public works email or their phone, directly to their phone. You can put a timeline on it, or you can go back and check it to see if it's been completed. Now, when they complete it, they can take a picture of it being completed from their phone, hit upload, it goes right to the thing, and shows you that it was completed. So if we keep getting calls, or we get calls from citizens, instead of calling Munson and saying, hey, this and that, huh?
I know you like that. I get on your nerves.
You can literally go in and upload it. Well, not only can you do that, but you can go in and put recurring work orders. So
I'm sorry, is it something available for everyone or just
it's to staff.
the staff?
So basically, like with the reoccurring, so say we want the park to be cut every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever, we can go in there and put a work order in, a reoccurring work order, and it'll repopulate everything they need to do over and over and over and over, and it'll keep going. Or we want City Hall cut once every 2 weeks. It'll do that every 2 weeks.
So how are we doing work orders right now? Manually?
Call it.
Yeah, we need it.
So the benefit to this is to me, the layers within the system itself. So it takes pictures of the curb, and it will literally let us know. We can go in there and look and say, okay, this curb is they call it defaulted. Okay, so the curb is supposed to be a certain amount of inches up off the pavement, but on this road there is no curb, or the curb does this. It tells you everything that needs to be done, but it lays it out there in a way from worst to best, right? Well, then it goes a step further. It can create a whole budget for you to tell you exactly what you should budget for and how our budget is. So if we want to do road project and we want to spend this amount of money, we can go in and calculate it, put it in there, and it'll give us what it recommends we should fix first within that budget. Then sidewalk. They'll measure everywhere in the city, and it'll tell you, hey, you should have a sidewalk here. Okay? You have a sidewalk here, but it has this problem. I feel like when it rides down Bruce Street, it's probably going to say, hey, you have a sidewalk, but you have poles in the middle of the sidewalk. So, I mean, it takes all these pictures, and it does all this data, and it keeps it. So if you look, it's a 3-year payment process. Of course, the first year is the most expensive. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. They're all the same. If you look down the bottom, they're $18,506 a year. That's for everything. But the other thing too is, this is going off of GIS data, so we might not have that many sidewalks and whatever, which the payment would decrease as they do the work. I mean, they can ride everything, but not all of our roads have sidewalk.
Okay, City Logic.
Mhm.
Is this replacing Lowe's?
No, this is kind of the new thing they're recommending in order to get a good layer and a good layout of what we need to do as far as the roads in the city. Because last time they did this study, they just went through and said, okay, this road looks the worst, this road looks the best, this road looks the worst. These people actually have the software to tell us, okay, this road looks the worst, and it has this type of base in it, so it's going to wear out faster.
So Lowe's, our engineers, is the one that's referring
Mhm.
to software.
Yeah.
So how were we figuring it out before? I guess we were trying to
Just walking and looking.
just walking in. Like,
We did a traffic study.
in the parking.
The part that's totally different than this.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I thought part of us paying them was for these kind of services instead of us having to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they're not going to have this is like I mean, they can do the study. I mean, that's fine. We can do the study with them, but I'm recommending this just because this gives us like everything we need.
So in my mind, right,
Mhm.
this thing is looking at this, it sounds like this could really replace Lowe's.
No.
Because like, okay, they provide the data, right?
Mhm.
But I'm assuming Lowe's, they're just for the engineering purposes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But do we really need Lowe's in a lot of the ways that we're paying them right now? I guess.
We're going to have to hire an engineer to oversee the project.
No, I think I know what. So every year we do storm water, right?
Yes,
So that's what I think you probably think of. So the storm water, maybe not. This would definitely, so storm water, when we do the storm water every year, they go out and look at the same thing that I guess this machine is going to be doing.
No. Stormwater and this are completely different.
Like
So
they-
stormwater, when they come do the stormwater report, they go back in there like that creek back there,
Yeah.
and they check the runoffs and they check the inlets.
Oh.
They go back in over here where we did the sidewalk on Klondike. There's a drainage inlet in there. This ain't gonna get that. This is just gonna get the road. So say they do this, they say, okay, this road's bad. We have to have an engineer here to help us figure out what we got to do with it.
I guess in my mind, right,
Mhm.
because I see that this is not cheap.
Mhm.
So what I'm trying to understand is, if you already have engineers that we're working with, even if they have to physically come out and walk it, I don't see what will hurt that process with them being able to take on the burden of that part. I mean, it's beautiful to go in and have updated technology, but some things you kind of have to, pros and cons. And right now, with that price that I'm looking at, I don't really see us really be in a position right now to kind of go into that part. If we can use loans right now to do what we need to do, that's just my stance on it. Until we get to that position of being able to pay whatever it is per thousands of dollars per year. That's just my thought, and I understand we're trying to prep for annexation, but that's something that we get kind of in our back pocket until we get it here.
That's what I was thinking about. If I was sitting there listening to an annex presentation, I would love this.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, well, I don't have to wait till it gets around. They could look on the schedule or, oh, this is what we're doing. So we're not doing nothing. We're doing the most valuable
Right.
for our money, as we get it. We're knocking these things out. Kind of give them a good, well, I guess even in the whole process of the maintenance of Lithonia, I mean, it seemed like it would help out. We even do the annexation of all those other streets, there's so many of them, they would come in, so we probably have to get that under control of what needs to be done.
So this doesn't take the place of Lowe's. And Lowe, we don't pay Lowe to do this right now. It's still, we'll still have to pay Lowe to do it no matter what. You know, Lowe just, our yearly fee with Lowe, that up to 15,000, that's really stormwater. Outside of if we do a design project. So that's why like this right here, it's just extra data to have in order to actually do the projects, to find out what's going to be more beneficial and cost effective, rather than we paved Klondike Road and it still was worse than what it was before we paved it.
Question,
Yeah.
is this the software that, that will help the city clerk and the administrator?
No, that one, we already have that one rolling. The only thing this would do is, as far as the work orders from like Public Works, like trees down,
Mm-hmm.
anything like that.
And then we have to pay them monthly,
This is
the
yearly,
yearly? How much is it?
18,506.
Oh,
Let me ask you a question. I'm sure it does, if we get a whole new site and stuff, will they have the ability to send you the analytics on what they got, so that we can post it on our site?
Oh yeah, we can.
Because I'm thinking like what he said, if you trying to annex me in, right, our website has to be viable.
yes.
You know, we get
Yeah.
more savvier people that we're trying to get in the city to even be on council or do LDA, do things in the city, and people like to see data. People like to see analytics. People like to see it work in website. So in my mind, I'm like, that's perfect, because if I called in and said, hey, I got a pothole on Randall Avenue, and I had the ability to go see without having to keep calling you when y'all coming. I asked about potholes. I had the ability to see that was in the mix of being taken care of. That kind of data on the website would be wonderful.
So one thing they did say is you can access it to see where we started, where we're going, and what we look like. So like if we fix something, so in the exact terminology is she used percentages. So like you want every road to be at 100%, right? So if you scan a road and that road comes back at 60% or less, they deem that as bad. If it comes back at 40% or less, they deem it as severe. So if you see one that comes back as severe, you click on it, right? Okay. You see where the bad parts are. So, okay, instead of us looking at this road and saying, okay, this whole road looks bad, but really the data says, yeah, the road looks bad, but this 200 feet is what's really bad. This 100 or 200 feet is not that bad. You can do the 200 feet. Once you do it and you put it in the calculations and you say, hey, we completed a paving project, or we completed a milling project, or a pothole, it'll bring the percentage of that road up automatically, so you can post that on like website and say, hey, you know, this is where your road started, but this is where it's at now. You know, it was. So this is just discussion. It's not a vote. We'll bring it back next time. If you have any other questions, you can email me, call me. I can try to get them answered. No big deal. Go ahead.
I know a lot of people don't think about it sometimes, but I kind of want to get used to it. Vendors that I have. Can you ask them, because a lot of times they won't tell you upfront, can you ask them if they have a pilot program that we can participate in, where they might come out, let us use the service for X amount of months, a week, or however, just to see if we like it. Can you ask them if they have a pilot program?
I can ask them. They'll probably only scan one road.
We want to see what it looks like.
Because I know the machine, the car that they only have like 3 or 4, not a lot of cars, but like she said, they come from, like, if they're in Florida scanning the city and we're next, they drive up from Florida.
They're
So
not local.
they're local. They're in, where's she in? Lawrenceville. But the cars, they don't have like 100 of those cars for each city.
So they are local.
Yeah, so they go from city to city to city. So like in Clearwater, they said they did like 500 miles of sidewalk. So, you know, to me, I mean, there is a cheaper version too, but it just dealt without doing the sidewalks, you know, and without doing like the trees and the pavement markings and even the traffic signals and even traffic signs. So like traffic signs, it'll tell you, hey, this traffic sign's here, but needs to be replaced. Or, hey, you need a traffic sign here because there's an intersection right here, or there's a turn right here. So that's all I have.
So you say that was the basic, or they did some scanning and say this is the numbers that you might have to pay.
So this right here, yeah. So they take our city and they just did all the roads we have, the amount of miles and roads we have, and then that's how they base that off that. But if like for sidewalks, for example, like we don't have a sidewalk going all the way down Max Cleveland, so the sidewalk costs would go down because they can't ride that. And it tracks where they ride too, like it's live data for you guys to view, watch, everything.
So they got the right Lithonia, right? So they didn't go too
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
So,
All right, any other discussion? So I'm just curious, so y'all not interested because what? Starting with you.
I'm interested, like if we do the expand of the city and further out.
Mhm.
Munson, of course, been around for a while, so he's right around this little area. But now, it's bigger territory.
You know what my
Good selling
concern
point.
is, like right now, they gave us a price, right? And then if annexation possibly is approved,
Oh,
then it gets higher. That's what I'm trying to figure out, like, why wait? But that's just my opinion.
oh, you say wait for?
I think we should just do it. Oh, go ahead.
And he said exactly what I was gonna say, because I'm only thinking about annexation.
Mm-hmm.
That's our goal, right? See
Yes.
you. That's
'Cause
our
we
goal.
will-
The goal is
yeah.
annexation. And I'm saying to myself, I ride around, we don't know those roads, we don't know those streets.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we had a little help to kind of give us evaluation of what we're dealing with or what we should be dealing with, then that's a plus to me. And I know, like he said, we'll still have to work with our engineers, because ultimately, what he's proposing is just a proposal function to tell us where our inconsistencies are, so that we can go to our engineers and say, hey, we need to work on this area, work on this, but we don't have to work on streets and sidewalks and stuff if we start annexing.
This can be a service.
And it's a good practice right now. Like, since we're still, our city, like only small city, it's a good practice to figure out how it works instead of jumping out there and like, oh my God, you got all this land mass and now we gotta, that's how, yeah. I just feel like that's just my thoughts. And then if we do it, Chief, the payment, a yearly payment, is there a contract so many years or it's 3 years? So you gotta have it 3 years.
After the 3 years, you can just renew for the data portion of it, or you can try to have them stand again.
We can pay for that out of, like,
Okay, I was just thinking. Okay, I was just thinking about that.
Right.
What's your thoughts?
I mean, I ask questions to get an understanding.
Right.
So, it's not that I'm for or against, I just wanted to make sure it makes financial sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big accountant type person, so I don't know where we are on the budget for all this. I know we just approved our fiscal budget for this year. If it is going into that category, great, but I look at like long term, and I come from the previous management where we had to do 10, so I'm more cautious minded, that kind of stuff. But I mean, I love the fact that, like I said before, it's an improvement with our technology. It is a good way to track and for our residents to look online and see what's really happening. So I love that. As long as we can financially support it, I'm okay with it. I mean, that's fine. But I guess in my mind, I'm like, do you kind of have a date in mind for annexation when it's going to take place? Are we going to be getting it too early? I mean, also the idea of having a trial run, that makes sense. But if we don't have to spend it right now, we can devote that money to other projects that we already had on our list, remember, from years ago, that we still haven't even put money into accomplishing. So that's just kind of my thought process right now.
Okay, I just wanted to see. Alrighty. Well, Letter C, we have discussion, Lithonia Beautification Day.
All right, so I mentioned this a few minutes back. And this is something that I would love to make an annual thing. I think what's important and just a personal goal of mine is to become more intentional. So if I can do something that I can kind of staple in the city, that is city minded, this would be one of those things. Which is beautification, as you guys know. I usually am always talking about the court and this and that. So this is a good way to kind of make it a celebratory type situation instead of, oh my God, cleaning up, you know, kind of turn off the negative aspect of it and make it really fun and enjoyable. So I spoke to the Cap County sanitation. I talked to the PR lady, Miss, I don't remember her name, but I talked to her and she's on board. She said she's also going to involve CEO Lorraine Cochran, which is great. I also reached out to Commissioner Dr. Bolton. So I want to bring in, you know, some people that can speak at this event and make it very, what's the word? I don't know the word. But anyway, so I'm drafting a proposal letter to send to the PR lady with Cap County, and I just want to be able to get you guys feedback because the proposed dates, because we mentioned September, which we're not that far from September now. So she asked if there's some dates in October as well that I can consider. So far I have September 20th, September 27th, and October 4th. And I just wanted to know if that would be okay with you guys, or if you guys, you know, what your September, it's all Saturdays.
At what time?
I was thinking 12 to 4, but I would love to see what you guys think too, because this is, remember, an event where we said we're going to bring photo booths, food trucks, music, and we even talked about selling the cups for, you know, beverages. So, you know, I don't want it to be too early and I don't want it to be too late because we're planning to block off Main Street, so I don't want to burden any businesses. But this will also bring business to them too. So let's see what you guys think about that. So what dates would you be okay with those two dates?
Which one's
They're all Saturdays, I think. No, I'm saying they're all Saturdays.
Is there another day, or I think October 4th?
What? That might be better.
So October the 4th.
It'll give us a little bit more time
Mm-hmm.
to make sure.
Plan
Right,
and
thank
make
you.
orders,
Now, will you gonna bring like like the recycle?
Okay, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about too. So, as you know, the Cap County, they already have a calendar, right? And that calendar composes of like days that they have that you can set out certain items for the Cap County to come pick it up. Now, I don't know, I'm gonna see if I can talk to someone, or she can talk to someone for me on her behalf of us having like a little, I don't know, like a little dumpster per se. But it can turn into, I think you may have mentioned this to the point, a bad eyesight, or we might attract the wrong kind of people, so I may not even bring that up, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, you know,
I was thinking of something different. Like I don't know if Mayor did that before. Well, like the computer recycle people, and also electronic recycling
shredding,
and shredding. Well, I could use that. Just put that draws a lot of people shredding.
Yeah, electronic recycling.
Electronic
I like
recycling.
that. Tires.
There was a company that came out here and did that.
And then we talked about one
That's when he was
time
switching over from big TVs.
about, I think she mentioned it, maybe once a quarter where the city brings in a dumpster or two for people to come bring old furniture. Stuff that they be dumping on the side of our road, mattresses.
so it wasn't you, maybe it was her. Remember, we talked about that, and you were saying, I think she said maybe, attracting people outside of the city.
Yeah.
And that's,
I mean, but those, the people outside the city are the ones that's dumping on our back road. Because when I go down Randall and turn right there by the cemetery, it's mattresses, it's chairs, it's old sofa. So it wouldn't bother me if we attracted people from Redan Road area, because those are the people that are done. I honestly don't think there's a lot of people like right in here that are dumping on our own street. Cause I mean, I believe they do, but for the most part, I think it's people that come to a ride food and dump. I think it's a thought.
Yeah. So right now we're proposing to maybe, and I don't know if they would give us a deal or even, I don't know, I asked the captain about bringing the dumpsters for those items.
No.
So October 4th right now is like the date that I'll give her. On Saturday, we just, we're talking about the hours, so are we okay with because you said we voted and approved, right? The whole open cup thing?
It was the entertainment, yeah. Mhm.
We are officially a type.
Yeah, on Main.
So that'll give the businesses an opportunity to make some money, bigger money, more money.
So I'm trying to figure out how to advertise this, right? Is this something we have enough time to purchase? Do you think it's about a month and a half out?
A good printer.
Printers cups like we did the coffee cup.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
So this is something that we're planning to make for profit, right? So we're gonna sell it to these people, or how does that work? Oh, well, I'm just trying to understand how. I'm trying to understand, like, just so I know what to present. And you understand, because this is something that I would love to provide to our local newspaper as well, to let them know this is what will happen. This is the first of
I think we will probably work with the businesses that on doing skills. And work with them to come up with a proposal, how they want to do it. If you don't want to go.
I know, I think Decatur did it, but they had, different, craft beers. Bring their beer and you buy a cup. It might have been like $70 for a little shot glass. Because they're not gonna let you keep getting big shots of drinks, but they'll give you a little taste of it.
Okay. Well, I guess my question then now is just, are we able to order those cups and have it in time for this event?
What is the date?
October 4th? Or do we need to shoot for another date?
What is it? It's almost September now.
Okay. What'd you say?
It may take 3 to 4 weeks.
So 3 to 4 weeks, that's like September the.
That means I will need to order like this week. It shouldn't be a problem though. October 4th? Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem.
And in my mind, I'm imagining just that same logo, right? With
Mhm.
what, a black, and white, like black on the outside, white on the inside, like those little reusable.
Shot glass.
No, not shot.
No, so the other cities, what I've seen is just a regular plastic, or like a 8-ounce plastic, 6-ounce plastic, 6 or 8-ounce plastic cup with a logo on the front and the front out.
But they're not reusable, so.
They are plastic cups.
Like hard plastic.
The hard
Okay,
plastic.
gotcha, okay.
So what they gonna do with the cups? They're gonna get some drinks.
Whatever businesses are,
It's a lot of drink to fill up cups.
but
A
whatever
smaller
businesses
cup, you still.
provide. Well, so what is it, like a 4-ounce, 6-ounce?
I don't know. I mean, you talking about, give away some cups like this for alcohol. That's a lot.
So but
The cups is only allowing you to walk through the city.
Oh,
It's not about the cost of it.
all right. I got it. All right.
Yeah.
I got it. I was in the wrong spot.
Okay, and then,
That's a good idea.
so we're gonna do this on Main Street, block it off. Okay,
Now, what is it called? Lithonia Beautification Day? Okay.
if you guys wanna think of a different name, let me know, but that's just what I feel in my mind.
Beautify.
So I put in here as the purpose is proposing this to be an annual event. The intent is making the residents of Lithonia aware of the trash that accumulates throughout the year. We each play a role in keeping our city beautiful. This day will highlight and educate our residents so we can brand ourselves to the city. Now, I think when we spoke last time, we said city-sponsored items would be, now, we did say 360 photo booth. we said we can get a DJ and
You know what I'm thinking about? Oh, hold on.
Halloween, what?
How's this? How are we gonna pay for Halloween? Can you get like a budget or something? How much it's gonna cost? Because that's what I'm worried about now. Because I didn't think it was an event. I was thinking it was just something that we were. Yeah.
Yeah, last time we talked about it being an event. Because we talked about hiring the 360 photo
Mhm.
booth again. We
Okay.
talked about getting music, bringing the DJ for
Uh-huh.
music, and we also mentioned the cups for alcohol. So we had mentioned it,
Okay.
but let me know what you think. Like,
Can we do? I don't know if y'all like this idea. Can we do both on Halloween? Or does it make sense? I mean, you got adults, and then you got trick or treat. Like, no. Okay, never mind.
that's a stretch.
I'm just trying
Drinking
to
and
like,
fighting
because I'm
with
trying to
kids.
figure out how, if you do Lithonia Beautification Day, they're gonna come to do what?
So, right, and that's how I was trying to, yeah. So that's how I was saying, like, during those hours quoted for,
Mm-hmm.
we, in my mind, I would love to have it where we stop the music,
Mhm.
we have code enforcement, officer roles there,
Mm-hmm.
speak briefly.
Mhm.
We can have the CEO, mayor,
Mhm.
other people speak briefly
Mm-hmm.
about what it means to have a beautiful, what it means to make the
City.
city. Of Miami
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then I asked the PR lady to have resources that we give out as
Mhm.
well. Giving them like a little, maybe a calendar, bag, even our city goodies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Give them, a quick little rundown of like our city stuff. I
Mhm.
want to do a rosemary on that and just have it printed out
Mhm.
and in a goodie bag to give out to the people. And
Mhm.
while they're walking around, it's just a simple little educational.
Uh-huh. So what we gonna do to make them come?
That's why I mentioned the newspaper
Mhm.
and then of course social media and all this other stuff.
Mhm.
And I'm just bringing this up because
Yeah.
also food. Food mailers are that, is that expensive?
Mm.
I mean, that would be good. Yeah. And we can let them know, will we be offering free food? Because I think you mentioned that, but now it sounds like we don't.
That's
have
why I was saying, like, when you do,
I would just.
We had-
let them get their own food. Yeah.
when you do an event like that, I'm just gonna be honest with you. They want something, like, they gotta get attracted to it, because if you just say, oh, it's Lithonia Beautification Day, you have like 20 people in.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
I'm just trying to
make it sexy. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you gotta,
Like,
yeah.
and I don't know exactly how to make it sexy, but we gotta
Yeah.
figure out how to.
You're gonna have to make not the topic, but the non-topic, the fun, the food trucks,
Yeah,
the prizes,
without
the
saying, yeah.
DJ, the spirits and fun. You gotta make that.
Or introduce, or that's another thing, introduce what we voted on. We voted on this, what, last year, entertainment district? Make that the highlight, like, this is what council did, come celebrate with us, guess what we voted for, da. But when they get there, we're gonna show them the resources, like code enforcement. A lot of families, they say, I didn't know I could have this and I couldn't have that, da. Code enforcement will give them all they need, so they won't be thinking she's just an officer just after them, because that's the stuff that we get feedback from,
I know.
and that will help. It's a way to do it.
And that's why
Yeah.
I'm bringing this to you guys, because I'm like, I don't know how to tie
Yeah,
it all
yeah.
together.
Talking to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Ask ChatGPT what is a great way to advertise
Right.
and bring out people to a, don't say beautification, say a city cleanup work. You gotta be real specific.
Yeah,
ChatGPT will say the way.
yeah. Okay, but it sounds good. I like it. I just didn't want to like mess up what we got going on for Halloween and then da.
And see, that's why I mentioned
Yeah.
the dates in September too. So
Mhm.
we'll have at least-
We don't have enough time for September because I want to get those cups. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, make sure you put on the agenda again for next time. Yeah. So we
Now,
can.
I do have to give her something, the PR
Mhm.
thing we have, so, okay. But instead of calling Lithonia application, it sounds like we need to just go with something else to attract.
Just
people.
tonight, go on there and check it out and just send us a message and see what you find.
We could ask you, ChatGPT to give you a funny, catchy name
Yeah,
for a cleaner or city cleaner.
right.
And then
Yeah.
it'll be a catchy name.
Yeah. I like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good idea. Alrighty. Is there a need for executive session? All right, I would like to go ahead and adjourn this meeting, please.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Alright.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it, meeting adjourned. Thank you. I gave you those here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I thought-